hello you bearded bastards, and welcome back once again to Tavern, the land of legends. Well, not quite. Because you see, today my bearded bastards, I'm feeling a bit adventurous, and so I'm hoping to play a bit of adventure mode, and I figured we'd start straight from the top. And I know the character creation process can get a bit tedious sometimes, so I'm going to put some timestamps down in the description, just in case you want to skip past this boring stuff. I wouldn't blame you at all. Anyways, let's get straight to it. We'll start playing adventure mode. Okay, and the first thing we'll have to do is select a race for our adventurer. Now, one question I've always had, maybe somebody out there could enlighten me, is when you first enter this race selection menu, you can see all these races here, all kinds of different stuff, but then you also have the option to select an intelligent wilderness creature. And on this list, you have a much wider variety of animal men, including some that were on that previous menu. I'm not too sure why that would be. Very strange. Anyways, selecting a race, and I'm going to do it randomly. We have 26 options on this menu right here, and I'm going to roll some dice to see what we get. 18. Let's see. A kobold. Fascinating. You know, actually I don't recall ever seeing a kobold pop up on this list before, so that's really neat actually. And now that we have our race, I'm also going to make them a peasant. This is something I was planning on doing straight from the start, regardless of what race I got, but unfortunately that means our kobold will be extremely weak. That's fine though. I'm not too worried about it. If we know that this kobold can die in the first couple steps of their adventure, then we'll up the ante just that much, and hopefully make things a bit more interesting. But we'll see what happens there. Anyways, peasant kobold. Fantastic. And we have 4 civilizations here. We'll go with Relin Pesor, the Lucky Confederacies. I believe that's a human civilization. And now for our stats. Well, I have a feeling we're going to want to be fairly sneaky just because this kobold's going to be extremely frail. So we'll put those points in agility. And as for our other skills here, I think I'm going to put all my points into ambusher. Almost all of them. Also put a point in reader, just in case. And I guess that's it. Can't put any more points into anything. That's fine though. Moving on. And having a look here, our name is Tuco Wimiditni, or Junglejump. A fantastic surname. And we are a female kobold peasant in the human hamlet of Dustbrains. Tuco is a worshipper of Eastless Golden Match, the human god of strength. Just wonderful. And we're moving on to her description. Her upturned nose is extraordinarily broad. She is tall. For a kobold, so she's still not very tall at all. Kobolds tend to be smaller than most dogs, just to give you an idea of how tiny she is. Her short, broad ears have nearly fused lobes. She has a low voice. Her yellow eyes are protruding. Her short head is extremely narrow and her skin is brown. Phenomenal. And having a brief look at her mind, well, she does carry the values of hard work and loyalty, which is good. I assume that comes from the humans whose civilization she's a part of, but aside from that, she is sometimes cruel and does not like that aspect of herself. She does not trust others, is quick to anger, has a greedy streak, occasionally overindulges, and can sometimes act without deliberation. Okay, Tuco, let's do this. You've finally got your equipment together, such as it is. Now it's time for action and adventure. In the rush of excitement, you've forgotten where you were going to go. Perhaps some of your friends here can remind you. And I gotta say, it would be lovely if they did, because I certainly can't ask them. Kobolds, you see, cannot speak, which might be a little bit of a problem, but I'm sure we can manage just fine. Not too concerned. Now then, let's get our bearings. Currently we're sitting in this tiny house, I believe, which is fairly sparsely furnished and has only a dirt floor, a fairly typical human dwelling. Let's see what Tuco is equipped with. Gloves, sandals, a dress, a loincloth. We also have a water skin with water, a backpack, some anchovies, a copper dagger, and a copper spear. And, you know, I think this clothing is going to be fairly valuable to our kobold here. Just because Tuco is so small, it's going to be extremely difficult to replace this stuff if anything happens to it. On top of that, I don't imagine we'll be finding any armor anywhere, which is a bit vexing. But no matter. We'll just have to make very sure to not be seen. Right over here, standing next to Tuco, is the human merchant Batau Gospor Gorba. And I can't safely say what our relationship would be. Kobolds can't speak, but somehow they seem to be integrated into human society, which is very strange. I haven't seen that before. Maybe I help out in the house here. Could it be that I'm like some sort of a pet? I am fairly well equipped, so I have to assume these humans treat me like an equal, even though I can't communicate. Anyways, let's take a look around. What do you think?
Greetings! My name is Batau Crowdshakes.
Alright, looks like Batao is talking to us.
I could tell you all about it.
I know who she is. I knew her name already right when I started. So I assume these two must know each other. This is not a first introduction. Maybe Batao just likes talking. That's fine. Anyways.
The army of Budo Twigbreath is marching here.
Well, that is a bit concerning. Budo Aktogi, or Twigbreath, is Lord of the Courageous Fellowship. And the Courageous Fellowship is a group belonging to the Lucky Confederacies, which is the civilization that this town belongs to. That doesn't make any sense. Huh. Alright, bear with me here. Just trying to figure out the situation. It looks like 16 years ago, the Courageous Fellowship, our civilization, took over Dustbrains and installed a new government called the League of Fires. Yeah, quite strange. Well, no matter. It's not like there's much a kobold could do about that anyways. Let's continue on. Yeah, seemingly a nice little town, very sparsely populated, and many of the houses appear to be ruined. I guess Dustbrains must have taken quite a beating when it was taken over. You know, I'm doing all this walking here, and I'm starting to think that that human might be crazy.
Did you hear the one about the flies and the forgotten beast?
Because I could still hear them talking. Quite a bit, actually.
I'm doing alright.
Not saying anything too terribly important, though, I'm sure. Yeah, having a look around here, and I'm not seeing that much, really. There are some more houses here, but it doesn't appear there's anybody home. I think that one human might be the only person living in town. Well, let's have a look south of the river. There is a structure over there. The Silky Waits. Somewhere down this path here, out in these fields. And there it is. Let's head in. Just a bunch of humans, it looks. They seem like nice people. I do know their names, so I must be at least fairly acquainted with them. And ducking into this corner here, there appears to be some interesting things scattered on the ground and on these pedestals here. Don't mind if I do. And I'm going to grab this bow and some arrows. Oh, and this quiver too. Wonderful. Alright, now we'll just get daddling out of here. I have been keeping an ear on these humans though, just to see if we could find out any interesting information, but I haven't gotten that much yet. Anyways, looks like we got ourselves a bow and some arrows thanks to these kind humans. And now I think we should head out of town just for a bit. And you know, I'm not too concerned about coming back either. I think Tuco may be just a wanderer, and that human back there was just probably crazy. Anywho, pulling up my map here, and I will note that we are far to the north of Tar-En right now, almost about as north as you could possibly get. Although currently it's late summer, so it's still pretty warm, I would think. Now let's see where to go. Over here, down to the southeast, we have another hamlet named Owner Day. Gotta be worth a look, right? And so yeah, let's do it. Gotta make sure that we're sneaking though. That's going to be very important. Also, another thing I'm very terrified of is what's going to happen when it turns nighttime. I don't have anybody with me, and I can't get anybody with me, I don't think. And so am I going to be screwed? Boogeymen are everywhere out there, and I really doubt I could ever stand a chance against any of them. Like, seriously. But I suppose what happens, happens. Okay, we're arriving in town. Now, and it has begun to rain. That is unfortunate. And it looks like we have another structure over here. Let's have a look. Oh, and you know what? Before we go in, I'm going to make sure I'm sneaking. In fact, I don't think I'm going to stop sneaking. That's just how we're going to do things from now on. Okay, heading in. Some more scattered junk here. Not much anything, though. Except this large cushion aventurine cabochon. That's rather nice. Though I'm starting to notice another problem with Tuco here. We're so small that I can hardly carry anything. In fact, this bow is encumbering me greatly. Very unfortunate. Or rather, I guess it's mostly the arrows. If I drop those, then my speed goes all the way back up. Damn. Well, I just dropped all my arrows. I picked up 10 of them, and my speed has not gone down. So it looks like that should be fine. A little limited, but whatever. Anyways, let's continue on. We have to find a safe place before nighttime. Starting to get real concerned about that. Not too sure what time of day it is right now exactly, but it's got to be getting late. Towards the afternoon anyways. Got some more houses in town here. Abandoned houses, ruined houses. And so we'll head to the south where there's yet another town. Boarded Buds. It looks a bit ruined too. There's a bunch of abandoned shops. But I guess you never know. There could be somebody here. Still raining, by the way. Quite unfortunate. Now, let's hold up now. There appears to be a dead dwarf on the ground over there. Let's go check it out. Well, there's actually two corpses here. A dwarf and a human. As well as some other treasures too. A Morion bracelet, which I'll be taking. But then there's also a couple of artifacts here as well. Yeah, I'll definitely be taking those. There's an iron crown and a sword that appears to be made of bone. They are heavy and are weighing me down quite a bit, but we can't just leave them here, certainly. Moving on. Ew. There's a large nose laying on the ground. Well, let's keep moving. Still not seeing anybody in town here, which is very worrisome. If we could find some people to take refuge with, I guess, that would certainly be better than nothing. But yeah, I'm not seeing much of anything, even here in the keep. Well, I guess I'll keep looking. Alright, well, I did take another trip through town, just a brief one, but I ended up coming back here to the keep. But now I can hear something inside. There is someone moving around in there. So let's check it out. Taking it slow. We are still sneaking. Nope. Right, it's a dwarf, and I just accidentally kind of walked in, up to them. We'll say I stumbled through the door, but luckily they don't seem to be hostile. This is a wavy-haired dwarf hunter.
Greetings, my name is Nish Lashmerid. The servant of the wealthy diamonds greets you.
Alright, and yeah, she seems pretty nice. Certainly not hostile. Not too sure what she's doing here.
Is that a weapon? What's going on?
Oh, no problem. Gonna put away my weapon. See? No problem. We're good.
I hear that refugees fled from here just before an army of the Joyous Raven descended upon town.
Alright. I wonder if that's where all the humans who lived here went. This whole area must be a war zone between the humans and elves. Interesting. Well, I guess we're gonna try to stay here for tonight. It is getting later in the day, and there are no better options that I can see. So, what do you say, Nish? Would you like to have a roomie for tonight?
It was raining on me. It's annoying.
Yeah, I don't really want to go out there either. And so, well, I guess it's settled. Let's bed down for a bit and try to get some sleep for tonight. Hoping things go well. We'll just plop ourselves down on this throne over here. Better than nothing, I suppose. Okay, and it's morning. And we had a fairly restful night. Just wonderful. Although looking around, I don't see Nish anymore. She must have taken off at some point. Well, it's a shame. Alright, now then. We have to figure out what the hell we're doing. Currently, Tuco doesn't have any plans or anything. It is still raining outside. Of course it is. Oh, there's Nish. So she is still in the area. We'll have to remember that. As long as she stays here, I'm hoping this is a safe place to sleep. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I don't have any big goals in mind right now, but I do know that we're hungry and thirsty, and so we should probably go find something to eat or drink. Alright, it's that dwarf corpse. A little disturbing, but there is a well right over here, so at least we can get a drink. There we go. That's a little better. And I suppose we can eat one of these anchovies as well. Not too bad. Well, I suppose for now we're gonna head back to the keep. And, I'm thinking we should just wait there until this rain stops at least. We don't really want to go wandering around in weather like this, do we? No, I don't think so. Oh, and here's Nish. Still in the keep. Excellent. At least we won't be alone here. I do wish we could get her to come with us, but the whole not being able to speak thing is going to put a stop to that. But, no matter. I'll tell you what, if we're going to be stuck here for the day, I did notice there's a hatchway here leading down. Might be worth it to go take a look. There's probably not much down there, but it should be fairly entertaining. It'll help pass the hours anyways. Let's have a look. Alright, and we are up once more. There really wasn't that much down in the cellar of this place. There was a bunch of statues, some corpses. I think it must have been a crypt at some point. And there were actually some humans and elves down there. They were all armed, and I don't know their intentions, but they were not hostile. And so I just let them be. When I got back up here, it was still raining outside, but right before bedtime it stopped. And so, looks like it started raining again, of course. Oh well, just a little rain, nothing we can't handle. I think we are going to head out today. Getting kind of sick of being cooped up here. We're starting to feel a little unfocused after these boring past couple days. We have to find something to do. Oh, and you know what? Before I leave, I'm going to take off my Morion bracelet, and I'm just going to put it here on this throne. Just as a little gift to that Nish character. She's kept me company these past couple days, and, well, the thing's a bit heavy to be perfectly frank. I was probably going to dump it anyways, so might as well dump it here. And with that out of the way, it's time to head out once more. Also, I'll mention that yesterday when I was wandering through town after I searched through that dungeon, I noticed that this market area out here is completely unoccupied, except for a single elf. And so I was able to help myself to some food, which I will do once more. Gotta make sure we're stocked up for the road, you know? We'll grab 10 units of this albatross lung. I think it'll go real well with those black bear intestines I picked up yesterday. Okay, anyways, all stocked up, let's head out. Okay, here we are arriving in a new hamlet, named Bridled Joked, and things just seem a bit more lively here than those last couple places. Oh yeah, I can hear sounds from inside these buildings up here. This place is definitely inhabited. Now, I'm sure there's not too terribly much here in town, no shops or taverns or anything like that, but it would be nice to spend a night here, I think. That was actually a very long trip, and I'm glad I found some place to stay before nighttime. Oh, looks like a couple of the townspeople are watching me pass. I hope I'm not causing too much alarm being a stranger in town and all. But, they seem friendly enough. For a group of grizzly bear people, that is. Not judging, just saying. They're just extremely fierce looking, and I'm very, very tiny. Well, it's going to be a bit difficult to stay in a house because, well, I can't speak. And so I can't ask to stay in a house. And so I think we're going to have to find an abandoned place. Although with the amount of people in town, it might be extremely difficult. I don't know. Let's have a look around. Well, we did manage to find this structure out here. A ruined mead hall, I think. There's nobody home. I even checked downstairs, there's nobody around. Not sure it's a safe place to sleep, but I couldn't find any abandoned houses in town. And on top of that, I may have made a mistake wearing this crown artifact, because it seemed to cause quite a ruckus. Half the people I saw started talking about it as soon as they spotted me. Kinda frightening, but I think we're good now. Tuco's off by herself now. Gonna try to get some sleep, and tomorrow I'm hoping to make it down here to Rooted, a town. And assuming the place isn't completely ruined, there should be a good amount of activity here. And then we can really get down to business. We're going to want a base of operations, a place where we can store our treasures, as well as some place to overhear interesting rumors. Hoping that works out. But if there's nothing there, then, well, I'm not too sure what the hell we can even do. That's a worry for tomorrow, though. Well, we did manage to sleep through another night, and we're here in town now. But unfortunately, it looks like this place is abandoned too. There's nobody around. I'm in the marketplace, and there's nobody here. Just a bunch of items for sale, but nobody to sell them. It's really hard to say what happened to these towns. I don't know why some of those smaller hamlets would be doing so well, but not these larger towns. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but I would like to find some busier place eventually. We have to find a tavern, some place where we can just relax, call home for a little bit at least. I don't know, it's a little frustrating I guess, but who knows, maybe there is something here. Just gonna look around a bit more. Okay, well, it's now several days later. I did look through that town a bit more, and there really wasn't that much at all. The keep in the center of town was filled with people, but I don't know why they were there. They didn't have much interesting to say, and so I decided to get the hell out of there too. Though, if you have a look at the map, that's about as far south as I know, and so to head any farther south would be kind of extremely dangerous, for such a tiny kobold anyways. And so, I took a look at our map, and figured the only other course of action would be to head over to the east, across this land bridge here, meaning that I had to come all the way north, back up to Dustbrains, right where we started. How stupid is that? But I'm here now, safe, starting to run low on food, which is a little scary, but I'm sure we could scrounge something up if necessary. But anyways, from here our next target is Whispered Stilled, another hamlet. I think we should be able to make it there in a day. Really hoping anyways, but I suppose we'll see. Really wish we can get someone to come with us, but unfortunately our hands are tied. You know what? Just decided to take a look on the ground here, and it seems we found some small creatures. Well, that's fun. I don't think I've done that in adventure mode before. Oh yeah, you can see them, just on the ground around us. We have a slug, a worm, a thrips, and a beetle. Ooh. Come here, you. Okay, there we go. Looks like we found ourselves a companion. Finally. And technically better than nothing, right? I don't think it'll keep away the boogeyman, but at least we won't be totally alone. Let's name him Samir. How does that sound, Beetle? Okay, anyways, that's enough fun. Come along, Beetle. We have a long and hopefully not dangerous trip ahead of us. Let's get to it. Oh, and you know what? I'll put you in my backpack just for safekeeping. How's that sound, buddy? There you go. Okay, here we are in the Hill of Busts, approaching Whispered Stilled. It is raining once again, but that's pretty much fine. Looks like we have some humans here, to be expected. Once again, I don't think we're going to be encountering much of interest here, just because it is a hamlet. Tiny places, you know? But at least we're able to get to town before nightfall. At this point, I am entirely out of food, and so, I don't know, I'm just kind of like looking around for something I could possibly eat at this point. Ooh, a strawberry. I'll take it. Can I not eat a strawberry? That seems awful silly. Oh, right. Apparently all kobolds are carnivores. It must have slipped Tuco's mind for a second. Oh well. The search continues. Okay, well, Semir and I had to spend the night outside a house, out in the grass, in the rain, because we couldn't find any structure to stay inside of, unfortunately. But we survived. It is still raining, by the way, and it's also cool currently, though it was cold enough to freeze the rivers last night. So, yeah, pretty miserable, honestly. Although that being said, we are approaching another town, though I'm not sure we should get our hopes up at this point. In terms of civilized people, it doesn't look like there's much up here in the north, but I suppose we'll see. Actually, approaching town now, and I'm seeing some merchants. That's gotta be a good sign. Let's continue. And here we are. Style Trust. And yeah, just taking a peek in this building here, it looks like there are plenty of people in town. Fantastic. Finally. Good, good, good. Alright, let's have ourselves a good look around this place. Oh yeah, look at that. We have people all over the place, gathered around the town well, a bunch of occupied houses. 2, perfect. Okay, now I'm excited. Semir, it looks like we found ourselves a home. Hopefully, I'm not gonna get my hopes too high quite yet, but, yeah, what can I say, they're high. Now all we have to do is find an inn or a tavern or something like that. I'm sure there's one somewhere around. Just gonna take some looking.
Alright, I'm going out to the tavern.
Well, from the sounds of it, this goblin's heading to a tavern. It should just be as easy as following him, right? Here's hoping. Just going down this way here, to the south, out of town seemingly. Hope they don't think it's too strange this kobold is following them. So, something about a tavern. Are you going there? You just kind of standing around? What are you doing? No, that's it? Just standing? This is the tavern? Okay, well, never mind. We'll go find it ourselves.
Greetings. My name is Ozig Curse-Clutches. I heard that you had the human balls in Startroost.
Yes, this whole time, actually. I'm glad you noticed.
You had the human balls in Startroost.
Mm-hmm. Up on my head. The human balls being the name of my crown, of course. Oh, and you know what? This thing did end up causing a stink before, so I think I'm going to take it off and put it in my backpack for now. There we go. Just for safekeeping.
I was out in the rain. How exasperating.
Oh, I know it. It's terrible. It's been raining for like a week now. Sick of it. Also, I should note that while it seems like I'm talking to this goblin, it's really more like an inner monologue, because kobolds can't speak. I figure I'm probably nodding or gesturing or something, making small grunting or whining sounds, I don't know.
Everybody has their own way of life.
You know, that is the truth. I'm glad you realize that. I may not be able to speak, but we can still get along just fine.
I'm concentrating on something.
Huh, okay. Take your time. I don't want to interrupt you or anything.
Sometimes I just don't like somebody.
You don't say. Me? Do you not like me?
Don't bother trying to play on my emotions.
No, I'm not. I don't know, I thought we had a thing going here.
Don't bother trying to play on my emotions.
Settle down. I am noticing now that she's not wearing any clothing, and so, you know, I'm starting to be a little concerned that she might just be insane. Yep. Ozud, it was nice, but I gotta hit the old dusty trail. Gotta find that tavern.
Have no fear, I'm doing fine.
I think we're beyond that, you kook.
I have trouble controlling my temper.
A little more than obvious, I think.
What's the rush?
And good riddance. Come on, Semir. Let's get the hell away from that crazy ass.
Goodbye.
We gotta find a tavern already. Okay, we're back once again, and a couple more days have passed. That's because after we left that goblin, I was trying to find the tavern in town, but I could not, for the life of me, find it. Doesn't make any sense. There was a tavern on the map, but I checked the area thoroughly and could not see it anywhere. And I'm 100% sure it wasn't there. So I'm not sure if it was destroyed or abandoned or what, but there was nothing in Style Trust. And so yet again, Samir and I spent the night in an abandoned house, and the next morning we set off once more. A good distance away, to the northeast, to this town here that we're currently in, Wisp Finds. And I must admit I was pretty excited when we approached, because this town is by far the biggest one we've seen so far, much bigger than Style Trust. But as we drew closer, I noticed there was a bunch of people grouped up outside the city, and from the looks of them, I believe they were refugees leaving the city. Of course, once again, I could not ask them why they were leaving, but I assume it's because an army is on the way. I am really starting to suspect that this whole northern area is just a war zone. But anyways, we're here in town now, and it does once again seem abandoned. Although we've only just arrived and we haven't had a good look around yet. By the way, it is raining once again. Starting to get real sick of that. But luckily we're outside this tavern here. The Breakfast of Spices, according to the sign out front. Come, Samir, let's head in. And yeah, just as I suspected, completely abandoned, nothing here. A damn shame. I was really starting to hope we'd actually find a civilized place here, but here we are once again. Just crazy, really. Yeah, this place is absolutely wrecked. Holes in the wall, abandoned houses. But at least there's some booze here still in these barrels. A lot of it, too. Huh, have to keep that in mind. I am a bit thirsty, so yeah, what the hell, I'll take some. There we are. Strawberry wine. Not too bad. Anyways, I think we're going to take a more thorough look around town, just to see if there is anybody here. And we'll also have to keep an eye out for a nice place to sleep. It is almost nighttime after all. Alright, well, we've been searching around town for a while now, and sure enough, we haven't seen anybody. Not terribly surprised, I guess. Nighttime has just fallen. Well, that's interesting. Looks like we have some sort of a passage here. I believe it's a sewer? I think, anyways. Ah, yes. Sewer access. Interesting. Well, it is just about nighttime, and we do need some sort of a shelter, and this place does seem a bit interesting. Hopefully not dangerous, but I don't know, it's gotta be worth a look, right? Pretty excited. Alright, I tell you what. I'm gonna make a little camp down here, how about? Just over in this corner right here, and we're gonna dump off a couple of our items, including our crown and this elf bone sword as well. Gotta make enough space in the inventory if we're gonna go searching through this place. This stuff is pretty heavy. Also, while we're here in my inventory, you can see this coin pouch, filled with coins. I managed to snag it from a human in that refugee camp. Is that terrible? That's probably terrible. Oh well. Samir lives in there now. I'm putting him in charge of protecting our treasures. And okay, I think we're good to go. We'll leave all our precious treasures back here, start sneaking, and head in. Carefully, slowly. And unfortunately, this is also where we're going to stop the episode. Although I am going to try to alleviate the pressure of a cliffhanger, because there may well be nothing in here at all. Like, actually. And if that does end up being the case, then we'll just kind of breeze through it at the start of next episode, just to avoid wasting any more time wandering. And after this little adventure, we will continue our search for a home. There has to be some place we could stay, somewhere in Tar-En, and I'm sure we'll find it before long. My bearded bastards, I thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean a lot. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I certainly hope to see you next time, when the quest of Tuco, Junglejump, and Samir continues. And until then, my bearded bastards,